After the release of Storm Connections, fans of the series have come to an agreement that CC2 is not what they used to be. In the past, they created games like the Naruto franchise with passion, innovating each title with new features, stunning animated CGI scenes, and setting an example on how anime games should be created. Sadly, that seems to be in the past now. With the latest release of Storm Connections, fans are blaming CC2 for the game's shortcomings. They are the developers, so it kinda makes sense, right? Well, in the world of game development, it's not always the case. The biggest reason why CC2 has been struggling to create great Storm games is because of their publisher, Bandai Namco. Bandai Namco owns the Naruto IP and CC2 works under their direction. Bandai Namco provides CC2 with the funding and sets deadlines for when the game should be finished. These release dates are often unrealistic, forcing developers to crunch to meet them. In modern gaming, many big publishers like EA for example are driven by greed, squeezing the life force out of their development teams just to make a quick buck from their established franchises. Something similar is happening now with Bandai Namco. The Tekken franchise, created by Bandai Namco, was always considered to be one of the best fighting games. However, Bandai Namco decided to milk their fans by adding a season pass to an online fighter. Keep in mind, this game is sold at a full price. You buy it for $70 and then are presented with multiple transaction plans. Fans of the Tekken franchise hated this new addition. The smell of greed is also noticeable in Storm Connections. The game actually wasn't supposed to even exist. Nechikage, a fellow Naruto YouTuber, reported from one of his trusted sources that the next game CC2 was working on was actually Storm 5. This game would have been an open-world RPG where players could create their own characters and join multiple clans. I highly suggest you check out Nechikage's video for more information regarding this topic. Somewhere down the line, while CC2 was working on this game, Bandai Namco saw that the 20th anniversary of Naruto was approaching and made CC2 create a quick Naruto game to capitalize on the anniversary and earn a quick buck. This resulted in the game's first half of the single-player content being mediocre and the online mode being one of the worst in the whole franchise. Over time, the online mode has been fixed and new features have been added, but in my opinion, all of this should have been there from the start. In this game, the same Dread Battle Pass issue persists as in Tekken 8. You can buy a Battle Pass and receive new characters and costumes throughout the year. In my opinion, adding microtransactions in a full-fledged game is just highly predatory. Another factor that impacted the game was that CC2 was working on a Final Fantasy VII remake for some time, but was eventually cut from the project because Square Enix was dissatisfied with the results. For example, Storm 4 was created over a 2-year period starting around the release of Storm Revolution in 2014 and ending in 2016. The initial release date was actually set for fall of 2015, but was later delayed to February 2016. Despite this short development period, CC2 delivered a semi-good game. However, many fans who enjoyed CC2 single-player content didn't like the still frames on the anime that plagued the game's initial release. CC2 had actually created animated cutscenes but didn't have enough time to finish them, so they decided to scrap them and use still frames from the anime. If you want to see the in-game cutscenes, check out this video here. Imagine how Storm 4 would have been if they had more time. Outside of the main story mode, CC2 added the adventure mode, which is still considered one of the worst side story content CC2 has ever made. But can you blame them? They tried to make this game in less than 2 years. Another reason why the games felt rushed was because of the new 8th-gen consoles at that time. Initially, CC2 experimented with having the game for PlayStation 3 as well, but after starting the creation of the Madara vs Hashirama fight, they scrapped the idea and focused on the 8th-gen consoles, which took additional time. The thing with CC2 is that they love what they are doing and do it with a passion. Sometimes their passion and love for their work lead to running out of development budget and time. CC2 is still able to tell great and awesome stories in their own way. One example is the Storm Connections special story. The story itself is decent, but the execution, plot twists, animations and facial animations are just outstanding. It's been a while since a game story made me cry. All that Bandai Namco needs to do is give CC2 more time to create their games and not use them as a cash cow, forcing them to pump out unfinished games. But what do you guys think of all this? Is CC2 really at fault for these two games not meeting expectations, or is it really the publisher's fault? Let me know in the comments below, guys. But yeah, that's all for me. I wish you all a nice day/evening. Bye guys.